Pay really close attention to make sure you understand what I'm going to cover in this video, because if you get this, it's going to unlock so much for you when it comes to making ads and media buying, not just on YouTube and Google, but everywhere, okay? And it's this idea. I'm going to go from here to here and keep it kind of strange. Over here, we're going to start with our ad, the ad we make, and then we've got the audience that we're targeting. So whatever that ad is and whatever audience we're targeting in devices. The very next thing we want to be looking at is how does that audience engage with that ad? In demand gen and YouTube ads, that's called engagement. And engagement on YouTube is a 10-second view or an interaction with the ad, such as clicking on it, okay? Now, unless you have an ad that's less than 10 seconds, then you need to go to the next metric that we want to track, which is view rate, and then our click-through rate, and then our actual actions on our landing page. But I want to keep this video just on engagement, because here's the thing. The first 3 to 5, maybe up to 10 seconds on YouTube, but other platforms like Meta and TikTok are the most important thing you need to get right in your ad first. This isn't saying that the rest of your ad doesn't matter. This is saying that if the first 5 or 10 seconds falls flat, it doesn't matter what the rest of the ad is. So an example is I was recently assessing some YouTube Shorts ads we were running, and I noticed that we had 815,000 impressions on this particular ad in a week. And of that, we had, I want to say, I'd have to look over here, I think it was like a 9% engagement rate. So that means we had about 70,000 people watch the first 10 seconds, and this ad was about 45 seconds long, and the view rate went to 2%. Okay, so what does this mean? Well, that means that of the 800,000 people that saw it, 70,000 saw maybe the first 10 seconds, and 2% saw more than that, right? That means that the ad worked because, this particular ad was getting results for us, but it started to fatigue. Of course it started to fatigue. It's getting close to 1 million impressions, but it's 1 million impressions of the first couple of seconds. So what was my strategy with this ad? I looked at what the first 2 or 3 seconds were in this ad, and I made 5 more iterations. In this case, it's a short. So I came up with 5 more intro visuals and intro overlay text and sound effects that can try and grab attention to the other 700,000 people that didn't engage with this ad the first time around. Engagement is the first metric you need to be looking at inside your ad dashboard on any platform. And you need to be optimizing first for engagement, because if you can't get engagement, they won't watch the video. If they won't watch the video, you can't get a click. If you can't get a click, you can't get a result. Right? That is why engagement is the #1 metric you first need to be looking at when you're optimizing your ads, when you're trying to decide what worked, what didn't work, and when you're trying to decide what's going wrong. Okay? Just burn that into your brain. Burn that into your brain. It will change how you analyze things rather than just looking at results on the end of what's my cost per lead, what's my cost per sale, cost per acquisition. You can start being like, well, how's the engagement? How's the view rate, et cetera, et cetera. And we'll dig into more of those metrics in upcoming videos. If you want to see how I launch AI-powered YouTube campaigns in as little as 48 hours, then grab the free workshop I did a couple of weeks ago where I walk through all the steps live and actually create a real ad in front of you, plus all our mini courses inside my free school group. You can access that at the link below, sign up today, and start watching content right now in as little as like 2 minutes. Grab it, get going, start making campaigns that scale today.